So allegedly, this photo is of a 13-year-old Ivanka Trump, and it's been censored twice over by Dogpack, but it was sent without those censorings in this work group chat. I don't care what the reason was. This is insane. And if it's true, it's literal CP. Now, it's been a while since we've had some new information coming out in regard to every atrocity committed by the MrBeast company at this point. But unfortunately, we have more. Now, this actually comes from progress made on Dogpack's side, where he was able to gain access to an old Telegram group chat that the MrBeast company used, including the most important players in this right now being Ava Tyson and Jimmy himself. Rosanna Pansino has actually currently been making a few videos with Dogpack as they've been covering some of the information coming out, and they actually have a video posted about these leaks right now, which you can go take a look at. I'll put the link in the description below. Also, if you're watching this, Rosanna, my fiance says hi, and I do too. Now, Dogpack has gone through the grueling effort of combing through some absolutely deplorable content in these Telegram group chats and has compiled it for me. So today we're going to be covering those leaked messages and what has come out so far. Last 10 seconds before we start the video, I would really appreciate if you liked the video, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. But regardless of if you do either of those things, thank you for watching. So in this group chat, Jimmy Donaldson went by the name John Smith, probably in the event that something like this happens. However, he didn't do a great job of hiding that it was Jimmy, because we have a few pieces of evidence which have also been brought up in previous interviews. There was an editor who showcased one of these, but we'll go through. So evidence that John Smith is Jimmy Donaldson. The first one we have is John Smith posting a MrBeast tweet and then them responding, and then Keem calling him a simp, and then him saying, I got exposed. Now, for this piece of evidence, it's a bit hard to see what was in this, but someone had tagged him in the group chat. Jimmy, does Keem know LMAO he'd kill for that drama? And then Jimmy responds, of course he knows. Every time I text Keem about drama, he tells me to F off and that he has known for 23.242 hours. So we've established these two, and now we're going to also establish he references his own Discord. And here in this one, MrBeast main, KK, what's the Discord name? And then Jimmy responds, MrBeast. That one, what's yours? I prob can't receive friends. I'm in Chris's server. Can we use that? Sure, send me an invite. And then another one here, we see Ava Tyson, things getting wild again. They sent a video and then adding Jimmy. And what you see here is actually this white Tesla and them saying that wasn't me. And then for that reference, Jimmy used to drive a white Tesla Model X. And then another piece of evidence, John Smith showing what is clearly a selfie being taken by Jimmy of the group in the plane. And then of course, the most damning is John Smith sending a link to Jimmy's wiki feet, and then him saying my feet are a 4.8 out of 5. So now we're going to get into some of the group chat messages, but we're still going to be laying the framework and understanding for this video being to prove that Jimmy knew about how Ava was behaving with children and that they acted like this, or at least had a proclivity to it, at least when they're talking in a group chat. So to start that off, we're again going to be referring to the, over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. And of course, we have at this point the legendary photo of Jimmy looking at the Shadman art that is on Chris's wall. Now, what we're going over next is going to be one of the most graphic parts of this group chat. It gets bad, but this is definitely up there with like being straight up illegal. Now, this has been censored over twice, but we're gonna get into it. Ava sends this message alongside this photo. So this photo is allegedly of Ivanka Trump when she was 13. Her modeling agent, John Casablancas, has been accused of pedophilia, but reverse searching the image only brings up 54 results, and most are just message board of people using the image randomly. If this is true, they really tried to wipe this shit from the internet. It could be coming from a place of this is a terrible thing, but the fact of the matter is that this is a work group chat, MrBeast main, this is a work group chat, and you are sending, if this is true, actual CP. The way you see the photo now wasn't how it was sent in the group chat. It wasn't censored in the group chat. Dogpack adds this in. The alleged underage girl is wearing a completely see-through top. She is also wearing bottoms that I would describe as a piece of cloth on floss. Censored everything just to be safe. I think the most important thing to reiterate is that this is supposed to be a work group chat. Even if it was a personal friends group chat, why would you be sending a potential 13-year-old who is like very clearly exposed to your friends, even to make point of like something bad happening? But let's shift gears a bit. Let's try to see if Jimmy knew about this type of behavior that Ava would exhibit in regard to interacting with children. Jimmy sends a screenshot of an anime called Higehiro or I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. And then saying, I bet Chris would love this show. And then Ava said, adding it to my list, you know your boy loves slice of life. Well, this one specifically, I'll just read what Dogpack wrote to describe what this is about. This controversial anime focuses around a relationship between a 26-year-old salaryman and a 17-year-old high school runaway. I wonder why Jimmy thinks Chris would love it. From what I looked up, this anime is based off of the manga, which goes like in depth about their romantic relationship, the one between this 17-year-old and this 26-year-old. On a side note, if they brought this to live action, Kodiko would be perfect for the salaryman. Next piece of evidence, we have Ava in the group chat saying first episode of season 5 is a beach episode. So much boobies. And if you don't follow the plot Food Wars, it's just food and porn. They make a correction. Underage porn. They're like, hey, we're all second years in high school and now we are having orgasms because this steak is so bomb. It's just peculiar that Jimmy, number one, references an anime that Ava should check out that literally is talking about an underage relationship. And then, you know, to see another piece of evidence being Ava talking about watching with what she describes as underage porn. It's just peculiar that this specific kind of thing gets brought up twice at the very least. Our next piece here, Ava sending YouTube link and then say, I'm sorry for saying PogChamp after you nutted at me. It's not my fault. And then this photo set of Violet from The Incredibles. Make your understanding of what this third one is because Violet can go invisible. And then Dogpack just includes that Violet in the movie is a 14-year-old teenage girl. Again, keep in mind that yes, this floating butt plug and image exists in their work group chat. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Up next, we've got some memes that Ava was sending in. When a non-metal bonds with a metal, ionic. And then booyah, I didn't know she was 12. Tell it to the judge, bub. Following that up, we've got Ava posting some Animal Crossing stuff. One of them being Shadow saying nice cock up at the urinal. And then here we have a provocative Animal Crossing comic strip here. You've got something in your pocket. Hurry up and show it to me. Okay, it's a clock. And then we have the Isabella and Doom crossover thing. And the post reads, babe, it's 4 p.m. Time for your dick flattening. Yes, honey. I highly recommend, since this again is all covered on Rosanna's YouTube channel, you should go and watch her react to learning and finding out about dick flattening and some of the other stuff that we're going to be covering. It's as funny as it is disheartening that Rosanna now has to know about these things. Next up, there's going to be a few bad photos here, also from Animal Crossing, so just bear with me. Here we have Ava sending in an image that clearly has a room covered in swastikas as well as wearing it, and then this image where someone had drawn a swastika in flowers, and then again the Isabel Doom crossover, rip and tear until it is done. Next we have Ava posting a literal uncensored nip slip in the group chat. And the blur again was added in post, them saying Alinity is still not banned and showing the image. Next we have Ava sending a post of a, let's just put it as provocative figurine from, I'm assuming, an anime, and them saying, I want it, but Katie would kill me. And then Ava, I guess, posting a Freudian slip of sorts. Why, yes, I'm asexual, a sexual predator. Anyway, here's Jimmy posting one himself, and it's a screenshot of, and I know it's hard to see, but he did like a changed thumbnail where it was, I filled my brother's house with cum and bought him a new one. Next week's video. Let's go. Can't unsee. Yes. Finally got the idea approved. LMAO. Keep in mind at this time, he's blowing up. He's got like 200, 300 million viewed videos at this point, which are targeted at children. And they're talking like this behind closed doors for their company built off of child viewership. It's the same thing with Lakoya being an old like male entertainment manager and having him be a part of a company that is targeted at children. It's just to have these conversations behind closed doors. I mean, it's not even closed doors. It's a work group chat. I don't know if many people would want their kids watching if they knew that the people running the show were talking like this right behind the scenes. And then here we have Ava sending a photo of Jimmy eating, followed by this meme, the world if there was more Garfield vor art. I am not going to be the one that's educating you about vor. You get to Google that at your own peril. Next up, we have Ava posting this photo and saying, my childhood being filled with Nick's greedy cummies. Now keep in mind, let's just do a quick little, Google search of what cummies are. An emission of semen or female ejaculate used especially in the context of age play roleplay. Keep in mind that Jimmy refers to Ava as being funny as fuck. This is from their, Google Doc workbook, whatever. When you watch YouTube TV, the games you play, etc., are what I like to call your information diet. Chris Tyson, our first subscriber and the guy in the videos, is a wonderful example of an information diet being used to perfection. This dude is funny as fuck. Next up, we have Ava sending this meme into the chat: sex offenders, sex midfielders, and sex defender, sex goalie. And then this meme talking about men and women having orgasms. This is a work group chat for work where you make a show targeted at children. Ew! And then we have in the group chat, which is interesting, Ava posting National Pegging Day. I'm assuming looks like the day after National Pegging Day. And then this person, Bailey, responding, Jackson said he used to peg kids in summer camp. Don't know what that's on about, but they are, making jokes about that kind of stuff, which is, something. And then Ava sending this meme in: I'm in class right now and you made me hard, you naughty whore. And it's clearly a kid. Now look, I get that, a few of these truly could be in a very different context, just memes, just something to laugh about. And I understand that not all of it is like, we're taking a lens and looking at it in a certain way because of Ava's history. But that's what I think is most important about this. We're going back and looking in hindsight after what has come out about Ava. And now every photo or every, sexually explicit, reference or innuendo or anything is starting to add up and showcase the fact that Ava has talked like this, or at least gravitated towards content and memes that revolve around this underage sexual nature, which is just weird. And we're going through these work group chats with Jimmy himself being witness to all of this. And so we get into that questioning of, did Jimmy know? In my thoughts, because again, this is just a part of the work group chat. And what we've already seen of the fact that Jimmy has already been proven to be in the Discord where a lot of this grooming happened, like with Lava. In my eyes, yes, Jimmy knew, and Jimmy saw this behavior well before any of this came out. And obviously he's going to be denying any knowledge of it because, he'd be screwed if he didn't. At the end of the day, I want you guys to make your own conclusions, and I want you to understand my bias, because what I've come to the conclusion of based off of what I've seen is that he did know. Obviously, I don't know 100%, but using my context clues and what we've seen that Jimmy for sure has seen, for me, he would have had to know. But that doesn't mean you're going to look at the same data I am and have the same conclusion. Now, this one here is again censored, but what it's depicting is, as he's written below it, have you guys ever seen r/dragons fucking cars? What you guys don't see is that the dragon's wang is going through what seems to be PT Cruiser. And yeah, it's just yucky. The last one that I have to show you guys is this one from Ava Tyson, who sent this into that work group chat. This is a 4chan post that reads, being your little brother would be so fucking hot. I'd hold my ear to your door at the odd hours of the night, hoping and praying to catch the soft moans of my horny naughty sister. I would creep my eye to the underdoor crack and watch the shadows of you move. During family movie night, I'd wear your panties beneath my PJs and just think of worshiping my big sister's smelly feet. I'd sit down below you and tickle your feet and play with you, enticing you to wrestle and touch me. I'll get a boner purposely, and when your foot nudges it slightly, I'll act coy and shy away. You'll tease me and ridicule my small, tiny boy penis, and afterwards I'll masturbate furiously to those as a fond memories. This is vile. I mean, honestly, even for like a personal group chat, maybe that's just me. But the fact that this, again, is for work, and the work is putting on a show for children, we already know that Ava has acted this way and has made jokes about this and has interacted with children in incredibly inappropriate ways and groomed them, allegedly. For me, these are the nails in the coffin that is proving that Jimmy knew full well about how Ava behaved behind closed doors, and everything that they've said trying to distance themselves from the situation is just that. They're just saying things to distance themselves, and it's just PR. They knew. I believe there will be more that is being released in the future, so we'll be waiting to take a look at that. Again, the link for Rosanna and Dogpack going over this together is in the description of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and on to member shoutouts.
This next voice is Marcus with this photo, and this is what he sounds like. Special shout out to Super Weeb Bros, Ninja_S, Seasonal, Tim Timofala, Jackson, Terasal, Clinthia's mom, Banks mom, Pink Plasma, Breezy Drew, Eclipsed Wolf Productions, Michael Parks, Kay, Vicky Adenerim, Lane is here, Smiley Face, Munzie, Shelf Related, Lil Kitty, Evil Fairy, Cam Nuggets, OMG It's a Pancake, Boy Tiger Rockin', Hexstream, Tom Benenge, Joan, Michael Duvka, LTF2, Jeremy Staltip, Waylon, Yugi Farmer, Vinzo0913, Keo, Sir Kitty Litter, River Rocks, Persona Normal, Sage Xander, Noah Brown, Naomi Jimenez, Sundasphere, Browsty, Tani C's Cat, Orange Cat Pianist, M40, PB Woodcave, Bin Jim, Alex, Yesimo, Basically Bricks, Cooking with Silence, Kate Monster, Quinthio's Brother, Owen Murnane, No Stadii, Saya Sneega, For All Yarn Kind, Esme Smiley Face, Obies JK, Clad, Kate's Mom, and Bosu. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Consider supporting yourself if you aren't a member. It's only $1 or $5 if you want to give me more money. And I'll see you guys later. Adios. Take care. See ya. Bye.